Finally. Hey.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
All right, and we are live. He's Hollywood's already sitting and waiting. He says he's got lots to say tonight.
All right.
And so that's awesome because we're going to talk about some of that stuff in the show. And Hollywood's already sitting and waiting. He says he's got lots to say tonight. Technical difficulties. There we go. All right.
Number one.
We're average one, so we're good.
That's right.
All right, we average one
episode.
So episode 7, we're getting there, huh? And every time I say, we get a little bit better and a little bit better every time.
Yeah, well, it comes with time. You know, the more you do something, the better you get. I guess.
And not only that, we had Weaponized Alex Weir on last week. That was the first time we had somebody in-house in the man cave for an interview, and it went really well. I mean, that kid's got a mouth on him, man. And he wants to take your job. Did you hear him say that?
No.
He says, I need to replace Chunk.
Well, if he wants to try to take my job, come on down.
Well,
we can do it.
I don't think he was talking about like the 9 to 5. I think he was talking about your 1 hour on YouTube.
No, that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
If he thinks he can do a better job.
Okay. I know. I'm not saying you can do better.
Alex, come on down.
I think you guys should get in the ring.
We can do this.
What do you think,
we
Hollywood?
can do that too. We can do that too.
Yeah, see?
I'll take a tumble with him.
So we have a couple new things that we want to talk about.
Yeah.
So, Chunk, why don't you go ahead and talk about what we were talking about last week and what you wanted to start doing?
Well, I think we should start a collections thing, where we bring in some of our collectibles.
Right.
Or I subscribe to one of the new loot crates, wrestling loot crates.
Okay,
and,
right on.
I think I'm going to bring it to the show, not next week, but the following week. And we'll unbox it right here on the show live so our viewers can see that and see what comes in those. Maybe we'll get some sales for someone else,
Yeah, that's definitely cool. I think that's cool because obviously most people that are wrestling fans, and I mean even Hollywood can contest or will probably agree to this one, is most wrestling fans collect wrestling memorabilia, whether it be 8x10 autographs, it'll be the wrestling figurines, autographs, or belts, or whatever it may be. We all collect.
Everyone collects.
Yeah, we all got something to do.
That's
if
right.
you're a wrestling fan, you like to wrestling stuff.
Right.
So I think that's cool. How much are you paying for that, if you don't mind me asking?
I believe it was $29.99.
Is that with shipping?
No. After shipping, I believe it was $6 for shipping. So
okay.
35.
No, you're guaranteed an 8x10 autograph.
Guaranteed an autograph and guaranteed a T-shirt.
Ooh.
You can.
That's worth it right there.
Yeah, definitely.
The shirt, any shirts you get at most, even in the indies, you're going to spend what,
at least 20. At least $20.
It depends on which most indies 10, 15, maybe 20, depending on how big the star is or how big the indie guy is. And then the 8x10, what Adam Rose was charging, $10? $10 for an autograph, $10 for a selfie.
Yeah, I believe
right. That's not bad.
Not at all.
I paid $10 for Zack Sabre Jr. and that was when I was at Evolve, and that's not bad. That's pretty reasonable. Now this guy on the other hand, Animal here, that was. Let's not even talk.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Let's talk about $120 for a selfie and an autograph with Sting.
I wouldn't know. My four McFoleys were $25 or something like that.
So with that, we're talking about. Let me move this mouse here. We were talking about collections and stuff. So I really like Wrestle Circus. I really talked about it. It's on Twitch. We're going to talk about it a little more tonight again. But when they did their last show, they did an offer for $30. They'd send you 3 of their last. Well, I don't know if it was their last 3, but 3 of their posters from their shows, and there will be autographs on them. Now they didn't say they were going to be autographed by everybody on the poster,
right?
And it said some. So I paid the $30 and I got the posters. They just came the other day, and I was really hoping for Tessa Blanchard to be on here, but it didn't happen. Well, she's on here, she's just not autographed, right?
Right.
So here we're gonna go over this, but here we have. This was I believe the last show. Yeah, so this was the last show right here, and it's the lights kind of shining off of that. But that one, and let me see who your Rockstar Spud autographed it. I don't know who this dude is. The dude with the weird.
Oh yeah.
And then it looks like some kind of luchador. It's right there, signed it. So there's that one. This one's cool. This one I'm happy about, especially after Bound for Glory, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this one was for another show. Okay. And it's got a bunch of people on there. But what's really cool about this one is Sami Callihan's autograph is on there, who debuted in Impact at Bound for Glory. So that's awesome. This one's got Sammy Guevara on it, autographed. And I think that's it on this one. Nope, right here. Christ from OVE.
Oh, yeah.
Another Sami Callihan's buddy. So that's pretty cool. I was pretty stoked about that. I think this is the one where Tessa Blanchard beat Rachel Ellering for the Wrestle Circus Championship, women's or the champion there. And then here's the third one. Where are we? We're in my basement, or in Marysville, Michigan. Okay. And then this one, Sammy Guevara again autograph, and that's it on this one. But that's pretty cool. Flip Gordon on there, but there's no autograph. But this also has Keith Lee on there. I don't know. He's the current WWN champ.
Oh yeah, and Leo Rush is on one of them as well, right?
Yeah, I think that was the show.
Right there.
Yep, that was the show before he left for NXT when he stopped doing the indies. Yep, before.
Nice.
So yeah,
those are pretty sweet.
Yeah,
$30, you can't beat that.
No, I was really stoked to see Sami Callihan's autographed
cool,
on there because he's really popular in the indies, and I was pretty stoked. I really wanted Tessa Blanchard, but it is what it is. Man. And there's another one right there. I didn't see that one. I don't know who that guy is, but so I thought that was pretty cool. And then anytime we go to the indies and we get autograph or whatever, we're gonna post it and do whatever. And you guys seen we posted a lot of pictures from when we went to Night of Champions. And some of those guys I know personally, and some of those guys I don't, but they know me from the show, so I have a personal relationship with them. Most of them, and Chunk's starting to get involved with that too.
Yes.
So.
Getting my rapport going,
Right. Oh, look at that. Her name's Too Sweet. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like it. Too Sweet. Woo, woo. Okay. Anyways, so we're going to move on. So let's see. So not next week, right? The week after is
That's
when
right.
All right. So not next week, but the week after, Chunk's Loot Crate wrestling box comes in. So we're going to unbox it on here. You're not even going to open it up, are you?
Not even going to open it. I'm going to bring it right here. We're all going to open it together like one big happy family.
There we go. All right, cool. I like that. That's awesome. So we're going to do that every month now. And he said you might even try a different one next month.
Yeah, that's what I think I'm going to do. That way we can see what everybody's got to offer,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, and you know what? It also brings a different flavor to the show.
Right. Yeah, that too.
It takes away the monotony of, interviews and talking all wrestling,
Right, yeah.
Like I said, every person that's into wrestling collects wrestling stuff.
Yeah,
I collect my wife tells me I have way too many hobbies. And it's true, I do. I mean, I have my ham operator's license. I got a really expensive ham radio. I got a bunch of expensive collectible stuff here. All that's come on, David Prowse's autograph.
I know, yeah.
I got a bunch of autographs on the wall over there.
Adam Wee.
Yeah, well, yeah, Batman and Robin. Yeah, dude, it's the dude that plays Punisher. It's just,
that end of the house that end of the basement can burn.
That's all Michigan stuff over there.
In my opinion,
although Barry Sanders' autographs over there on the mini helmet.
I'm very sorry, Barry.
All right. So, anyways. Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate that. Our shirt game's pretty tight.
Hey, all right.
That's what I'm saying. Woo-woo. Right on. All right. So we're going to go right in and get into the segment, the news segment, because there's a lot of news this week. A lot of news. So before I get started, there's some spoiler alerts. If you're into Impact Wrestling, you're probably not going to want to hear this stuff. So turn it off.
But we got to we gotta tell our fans what's going on with Impact, because there's some stuff going on.
Yeah, you know what though? So so last week I went out on a limb, right? And I said that with the refs leaving, it looks like it's the possible end.
Right.
I'm gonna rescind that comment. All right.
You think?
Yes. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because, and we'll just skip over some of this and go right into Impact stuff since we went into it, right? Yeah. So well, not Josh Matthews. What's the other announcer for Impact? I can't think of his name off the top of my. I can't think of his name. Well, anyways, during the TV tapings, he announced that Impact is moving to Canada. So now that makes sense to why we're starting to see some of these refs back out.
Right.
Because they're probably located down there in Florida now.
Well, actually, what I heard about the refs is they were lowballed.
They probably were
offered. They were offered minimal money to stay with the company, and I mean, the name alone. Well, yeah, that's almost a draw.
Well, but think about it though. Your company's going to up and move into Canada, and then they lowball you. Yeah, you don't want to go up there.
A whole different country.
Some people aren't allowed in Canada.
Right.
But I'm just saying it's starting to make sense now. And with that, so there's that, right? And I don't know the guy personally. I've seen him in the Indies, wrestled, met him, shook his hand. He actually trains at it's Border City Wrestling's school.
Okay.
Scott Demore's school. I forget what it's called. Alex said the name of it last week. But anyways, John E. Bravo is his indie name.
That's cool.
Right. Well, he actually refs for Impact as well.
Okay.
So, he's probably one of the guys that took less money.
Probably.
Right. I mean, I don't know him, but
exposure. I would have. If you're young and you're just getting into the business, exposure is all you need.
Exactly, and that goes back to
or a in-ring,
right?
And
that's another thing. So Impact is signing a lot of young talent all of a sudden, and in my opinion, the whole thing with NXT and what they're doing with NXT is good for business.
Yeah, definitely.
All over, because bringing in the young talent, exposing the young talent. Well, where Impact is doing it a little bit differently is not only are they bringing in younger talent, they're not making them stay in Impact.
Oh, right.
So they do tapings, and then they can go do
a taping for Wrestle Circus.
Right, exactly.
Ring of Honor.
And I think that's awesome for business. I think that's great for the wrestlers too.
Yeah.
So for Kongo Khan, another dude who should be in Japan. True. So that goes to younger talent, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know if do you know who Ethan Page is?
No.
Okay, well, Ethan Page, he's a pretty popular indie wrestler. He's wrestled in Evolve. He's wrestled in let me see there, PWX. He's wrestled in CZW, Evolve, Wrestle Circus. There's a few others. Well, anyways, this is one of those spoilers. So he debuted on Impact under a new name, Chandler Park, which would mean that what's the guy's name that is Abyss and his other name?
Oh, I don't.
He's a Park, and they're writing as he's his brother.
Oh,
all right.
Nice.
So Ethan Page debuted in Impact Wrestling. I'm not sure which day he's actually going to show up. I actually met him at Evolve, and he's really cool. Him and ACH, they're really cool guys. But not only that, he owns his own indie in Canada.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he's from Canada. So that's pretty cool. I had it all written down there. So there's that. And then Borash, that's his name. Borash.
Yeah.
So anyways, and then like I said, I rescind my comment. I think there's some things.
Think they're making a turn for the better?
I do. I moving to Canada makes sense for them because it's Anthem, and Anthem is a Canadian-based company. They're the ones that own Fight Network. Fight Network is based. Yeah, I know. I read it. They're based out of Canada. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
So, and Fight Network is a Canadian-based. It makes sense for them to move to Canada. It's cheaper for them to be in Canada.
That's right.
And if they could save money and keep the Fight Network going and put their own product on their own network, it makes sense.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right? So
definitely. Because then they're doing nothing but making money.
Right. So, still talking about that though. Obviously, they have money. Because did you see this that we're talking about here where they're paid?
That's why I was wondering. This is the exact reason I was wondering. Are you sure you want to send?
But if they got money to pay people to watch the show, there was a casting call. That's what it was. There was a casting. There was a casting call. It was posted online. You could make up to $50 a day.
$50 a day if you go to an
and they were giving like instructions on making a sign for the show. If they could pay you $50 a day for their audience, I'm pretty sure they're doing okay. And they got Johnny Impact. That's all I'm going to say.
Cricket, you heard that right?
Alberto El Patron.
Yeah, horrible.
Whatever. Anyways,
I can't stand that guy.
I'm holding you to it, Hollywood. I'm holding you to it. Write that down.
I almost agree. I'm going to go about 18 months. But I don't see him lasting too long. I
don't know.
I mean, I don't know. My opinion, I believe they're almost done. You know, they're about to tap out. They're in the sharpshooter and they're about to tap.
I'm holding you to it. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm holding you to it too.
As a wrestling fan, I don't want them to tap out.
No, because it's competition for the WWE.
I want them to grab the bottom rope and the ref has to break the hole.
Yeah, well, I mean, because you got to have competition.
That's right. You know? Without competition, everything becomes WWE. I mean,
cocky. He's so cocky.
What's that?
Hollywood.
Oh yeah.
I disagree. However, we'll see.
That's
all right.
The good thing about the show.
Right. Exactly. So Hollywood here, he's got some pretty strong opinions. All right.
I see that.
But seriously though, he's pretty knowledgeable when it comes to wrestling. And that's true, but so is the WWE. So I mean, they're still here.
I don't know about WWE burning too many bridges.
Vince McMahon, come on. How many guys has he ticked off?
How many?
Kurt Angle.
How many guys? Yeah, how many of those guys have groveled and crawled and Vince, I'm so sorry.
I'm just saying he's burned bridges.
Please give me another chance.
Can let's go back to let's reverse. Let's go back to the whole deal when Vince McMahon, not when he originally bought WCW, when he was allowed to come on and do television on WCW. Let's talk about when he changed the industry and they took out territories. How many bridges he burned during the NWA days.
Yeah, but those bridges don't matter, and they didn't then either. They didn't matter then either. That was a hostile takeover, a corporate takeover.
Wait, when?
In the NWA days, when he was taking over territories, and he was
but he didn't take over their companies.
No, he took over their wrestlers. He said,
took over their territory.
You guys come wrestle with me, and I'll make you rich. What's Crockett gonna give you?
I'm just saying,
$125.
Crockett made some good money. Crockett was just when the boy took over. Crockett spent too much.
That's right.
You know. But anyways, let's move on. Let's talk about Ric Flair, huh? Man,
I didn't get to see it. I missed it.
You suck.
I know.
So
I don't even know what I was doing. I want to say I was hanging out with my grandkids, you know.
Yeah.
And the night
not anymore. It's not global anymore.
Like
they severed ties with Global
5
Entertainment.
Nights before that, I tried to set the DVR, but it wouldn't let me because it said that time frame only was to be determined what was going to be on ESPN. I knew what it was, but it wouldn't let me record that time slot alone, and I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
and then Tuesday I just missed and forgot, you know.
Yeah, I definitely, and Hollywood's going to agree with me on this. If you watch this and don't shed a tear, there's something wrong with you, dude. Seriously, because this is probably by far one of the greatest wrestling documentaries I have ever watched.
Yeah.
It shows you how real Ric Flair truly is. It really does. And when he starts talking about his boy Reed, and
that alone is
that's where the tears came on right there.
I'm sure.
He starts talking about Reed, and he starts to, you know, at this point, you see the real Ric Flair.
Flair, yeah.
Not Flair, Flair. And you see where he starts to realize that he wished he would have been more of a dad than a wrestler to Reed.
Right.
Because and you could tell he probably holds himself responsible for Reed's death, you know, and it, yeah, definitely, dude. And, you know, and I met Ric Flair, and I've said, my interaction with Ric Flair was, I felt like Ric Flair was a dink, you know what I'm saying? And that was based upon the interaction that I had with him. And, you know, I understand I'm just a fan, you know, but in the same instance, Marcina. In the same instance, I was the first person in line that he's seen all day. I wasn't the 877th.
Right.
I was the very, very first person.
And he was still short.
He was like, here you go, bud. Later.
Yeah.
I had more of an interaction with his fiance than I had with him.
That's horrible.
She was talking my ear off. She was awesome. Fifi. His mate, Fifi, right?
Nice.
But that's his fiance.
I didn't know.
Yeah. And she was really cool. And like I said, I basically made him shake my hand, you know, thank you, you know what I'm saying? And that was my interaction with him. Now, guys that have worked on shows that he's been at signing autographs says he's cool.
Right.
So I'm sure he probably treats people that are in the business a little bit differently than fans, you know.
Right.
Because in his documentary, he lives the gimmick.
Yeah, definitely.
He lives the gimmick. I mean, that's what made him such a great wrestler. One of the things.
Right, yeah.
I'm not saying everything, but that's one of the things that made him a great wrestler, is he lived the gimmick. And he just this documentary made me rethink or reevaluate that interaction. It made me respect him a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because at that time, I was like, oh, he's a dink, right? But now I'm like, no, he did me a favor. Really, when you think about it, he did me a favor. I met Ric Flair, not Ric Flair.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
He did me a favor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when you think about it, you understand?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
And, you know, and I would take it down, but that's hanging up there. And there's a picture that I got to take with the Four Horsemen up there. And you, remember when I posted it online, you're like, dude, you're standing in front of Ric Flair.
In front of Flair.
Well, and it was my reaction. It was like, I made Ric Flair move for me, not I move for Ric Flair. Do you get what I'm saying?
Ooh, look at this guy.
That was my thing, all right? I'm an a-hole.
I better never hear you woo again.
No, I'll woo.
You know, I missed that too.
Well, it was in theater.
Yeah, it was
here. Date.
Yeah,
I know. We'll talk about that in a second. Right. Oh yeah, I agree. He is the greatest of all time. Hands down. Flair, not Flair. Flair.
Ted. I was like, nah.
The things he did for the business, the way he put other people over, the way he groomed people in the business. You know, Sting will tell you, anybody Hogan, all those guys, the things he did for the business. Even Hogan himself said. He said in this interview, they're like, oh, people will argue that Hogan's one of the greatest of all time. And Hogan says, no. Ric Flair's the greatest of all time. You know, and when somebody like Hogan can say that, and he's being legit from the heart, that means something, you know? That's funny. Jack White. I met Jack White at a Mexican restaurant downtown. I still say he met me. Yeah, I hear he's a dink too.
You know who else is your buddy from Limp Bizkit, Fred Durst?
Why is he my buddy?
Oh, come on. You used to love that guy back in the day.
Not Fred Durst. I loved Limp Bizkit.
Oh, Oh, well.
I went to a show at the Phoenix Center in Pontiac. It was on top of a parking garage.
Oh, that's kind of.
It was the 89X birthday, 89X birthday bash, and it was Limp Bizkit, Stained, Simon Says, and there was another band too. I can't remember who it was, dude. One of the greatest concerts I ever went to. Even though it was Limp Bizkit, yeah, it was outside. It was on a parking garage.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of cool.
Stained hadn't even released their first CD.
Oh
yet. It was awesome. So, anyways,
but he's a douchebag.
Oh yeah, I agree. He's a douchebag. For sure. So, anyways, that was great. And then, like Hollywood was saying, they had the Ted DiBiase special, right?
Yeah, and they showed that down at Craft 8.
Right. Price of Fame. Price of Fame. Right. And Hollywood Writes, like a sports blog deal.
Oh,
yeah.
Right, cool.
And it's the Hollywood's World of Sports. And he wrote 2 reviews, one for each. One for 30 for 30, and one for the Price of Fame. And the editor, or was it the producer, or one of them, the producer of the ESPN 30 for 30, the guy that did the whole thing, commented and told him thank you on Twitter. Yeah. And then the Ted DiBiase, if I'm not mistaken, it was actually Ted DiBiase commented on his review of Price of Fame.
That's really cool.
Yeah, he told him thank you.
That's really cool.
I really hope that they come out with it on DVD or something so that we can watch it.
Yeah.
So Ted Jr. He says it was Ted Jr. not DiBiase.
All right,
that's still pretty cool.
You know.
Didn't you say that
Natalia and Mick Foley have messaged me on
see,
Twitter. I have a Twitter account. I haven't used it in probably 4 years or something like that. So I probably couldn't even get into it if I tried.
So enough about that. We talked about Ethan Page, so we can skip over that. But there's these reports of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens were sent home off the European tour.
See, I've heard mixed reports about it.
I know, I don't know, but the rumor is they went off script.
Yeah,
and then this is
put New Day over,
right? And this is disciplinary action. Whether or not that's the truth, we don't know yet. And probably we may never know.
But I also heard that it wasn't just because they went off script on the show on Monday.
Yeah, there's some stuff going on backstage.
I also heard that they were. Now this was reported, I believe, Tuesday night, that they were disruptive.
Yeah.
On the bus ride.
Yeah, I heard that.
But Dave Meltzer, who I absolutely can't. I despise this guy.
Right on.
But sometimes he's right. And usually about stuff like this, he's right.
Right.
He says that there was nothing going on the bus, that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn weren't even on the bus. But Vince was the one that sent him home, made the last call. So more than likely it's because they went off script. Because, Vince he's all about his script writing.
Right.
And,
yeah, I don't know. A lot of the times when you hear stuff like this, you never really get the full story, because and this comes from people, being in not the business, but in business.
Right.
I have a business degree, but being in business and I instruct and I help people run a business, and sometimes the best thing to do is just keep quiet and not say anything. It is. Because the more you comment on things, the more fuel you add to the fire.
Right.
And the more fuel you add to the fire, the more you give people to talk about. If you don't say anything and you just act like it never happened, it goes away eventually. You know what I'm saying? Most cases, not all the time, but most cases. I mean, you're not going to, if there was something really bad that happened, like criminal, they're not going to just stop talking about it and it's going to go away. It's not going to happen like that. But so then something really cool happened. It was this week or the beginning of the week? Yeah, something like that, right?
What's that? I'm sorry.
So
I'm doing a little research over here. So
Power Struggle, New Japan.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Woo!
Kenny Omega wrestles. Some music hits to get a nice little montage on the video screen. And who shows up but Chris Jericho, Y2J, and challenges Kenny Omega at Wrestle Kingdom 12.
Is that going to be one of the hugest matches?
Oh my God. And the internet went nuts. All right. Going to be.
Yeah, it's going to be huge.
I really, well, and there's been a back and forth going on Twitter.
Right.
For quite a while now. But you know what gave it away to me? I'll tell you, I knew that something was going to happen soon. So he's got a cruise coming up. Yeah. Right? There's these things where they do like cruises, right? And you know, and some of them they do with like movie stars, and you meet this movie star, and that's how they sell the cruise. Right. This one's a wrestling one. It's Chris Jericho. He's going to have wrestling matches and wrestling stars on. Well, you know? As soon as the Young Bucks signed on, I knew something was about to go down. Right. I knew something was about to go down, because if Young Bucks are in Bullet Club, you know, so on and so forth, and I'm not going to go through it all, but I knew something was going to happen. What gets me is that Jericho is actually going to Japan and not re-signing with WWE at the current moment.
Actually, I heard that Vince gave his blessings for
it. Really? Well, did you know Kenny Omega was in the WWE at one time?
Under what name?
I'm not sure. I just know he was in WWE.
I gotta Google that.
Yeah, he was in WWE. He was in ROH as well.
I knew that.
Yeah. Right. But I'm not sure what name he's going to go under, Hollywood. I'm really not sure. I don't know if they stated that.
Who was that? Jericho?
Yeah, because he was Lionheart over there.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
I'm not sure, but it's definitely going to be an awesome match. It's probably going to go in all top 10. You know what I mean? If all goes right, I think the best part of it is that it's happening in New Japan and not in WWE. Does that sound legit to you?
Oh yeah,
because I think that if it happened in WWE, we won't get the same result.
I believe they would bury Kenny Omega.
Yeah, I think
really
so.
do.
Oh yeah.
I believe that Vince McMahon buries.
What match is that, Hollywood?
Buries anybody that makes it big without him.
Right.
You know, Sting. Yeah. My prime example is Sting. I don't understand how Sting didn't get put over at WrestleMania. I really don't. You know what I mean? That's something he deserves. He worked a long, long time to get to the WWE, because he honestly didn't really want to go.
Right.
He wanted his stuff released. Right. You know what I mean? That's all. I believe that's all.
Hollywood makes a great point. Talks about Cody Rhodes versus Kota Ibushi.
Oh yeah,
that's going to be another good match.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing.
We're going to talk about another Cody match later on.
I was going to say that he announced that he's going to put his Ring of Honor title.
Oh, another time where he puts the Ring of Honor title on the line in a different
at New Japan,
at a different organization.
I like that.
He did that at Wrestle Circus,
right? Yeah.
And then now he's going to do it in New Japan, which New Japan and ROH have
been working together for a
Global
long time.
Wars and all that stuff. So, and Kenny Omega's coming back for another match in ROH. So, So, all right. So that's enough about the news. There was a lot of stuff going on this week. You know, so Bound for Glory was this past weekend. I watched it. You didn't get to watch it.
Nah.
You didn't even get to watch any matches like after the fact.
I did.
Online or anything like that.
No, sure didn't.
This guy, you call yourself a wrestling fan.
They didn't pay me my $50.
Who didn't? Oh, get out of here. Anyways, Bound for Flick. Get out of here.
Yeah. See.
Now
Hollywood wants his $50.
I'm not gonna. It's not. I don't. In my book, it wasn't a failure. I give it. What did I give it here? A C plus.
A C plus.
A C plus. An E is a failure.
Hold on. Wait.
An E is a failure.
Wait. A Cody C plus. Let's get this straight. In the real world, a Cody C plus is like a D minus to most of us. So
get out of here. This guy don't even know what he's talking about.
Oh yeah.
Now, I was generally not there. Some of the matches were boring. Don't get me wrong. Okay. The women's match, there wasn't even a women's match, was there?
Yeah, Gail Kim.
Oh yeah, Gail Kim. Yeah, that was okay. Gail Kim won.
I don't agree with that.
What, her winning?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, if you're gonna retire,
I know.
What's the point? What's the point of winning?
Well, you're not
unless it's gonna set up. Unless they're gonna use it as a setup.
Maybe they are.
I doubt it. Come on.
He gave it a D-. Shut up.
See, I told you. In
that's
the real,
him.
That's a real
him.
world.
That's him. I'm a different person.
we know. You went to Marysville.
Shut up. Anyways, yeah. So she's tired now. The Abyss match, that's just sucked. All right, I'm straight up sucked.
I've heard that for the last couple of months about a lot of Abyss's matches.
Yeah, it just sucked.
He's not.
It was stupid.
He's not moving like he used to.
It was just dumb. Sammy Callahan coming out and joining with OVE, that was cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
That was really cool. I dug that. Now Alberto El Patron returned and cut a promo, basically trashed Impact.
Right.
For basically, putting him on suspension when they had no proof that he had done anything wrong, yada, yada, yada. And then later on in the night, he come out at the main event match, beat both Johnny Impact up and Eli Drake, and then put Drake on top of Impact to retain the title, which I don't really understand why you would do that
so he could wrestle Eli Drake.
But here's the deal. The people that paid for the pay-per-view paid $40 to watch the main event get trashed. I'd be ticked. You know what I mean?
That's Impact.
I agree. It was a crappy promo. I really do.
El Patron's?
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, he's done better. Trust me.
I can't.
Then, of course, who shows up at Impact? Jimmy Jacobs.
I knew.
Again,
I knew
Jimmy
he was coming.
Now, no Tessa Blanchard, though, like you were saying.
No?
Nope. So Jimmy Jacobs shows up. He doesn't do anything in the ring. He comes out. He talks to the announcers.
He just talked, right?
And he left. So the word is that he's in the production staff.
Right. That's what I've heard is he's going to go and be a like co-executive producer and writer. Which if he's writing for Impact,
it could be a bonus.
That's good. Yeah, that's good news.
Now, however, Josh Matthews was announcing, and he still sucks. FYI. I absolutely hate that dude.
Josh Matthews, you suck.
Right. Thank you. We agree on that.
Oh, yeah.
Josh Matthews, you suck.
That's right.
This guy, I tell you. All right, so let's talk.
What?
Yeah, he's like, oh, Jimmy,
come on.
whatever.
He
says he needs to stay in ROH.
Damn.
I say he needs to go wherever he makes money. Yeah.
I think he need. You know what I think he's doing? I think he's going to go to Impact and I think he's trying to help them out. He's giving them a hand.
Well, he was in Wrestle Circus. And he's actually talking about wrestling again.
Yeah, I think he's. I heard that too.
Right.
But I think he's trying to help all these smaller companies become a little bit bigger. You know what I mean?
I agree.
And I like
if anybody has a shot of competing with WWE, in my opinion, it's ROH.
Yeah, Ring of Honor, definitely. Definitely.
Maybe it's not about money for him, Hollywood. Some guys still care about the business.
Yeah, some guys still care about the talent.
So now WWE here, okay? So we'll get in. We're not gonna. We're talk about some things. Chunk's gonna do a little thing about NXT. Because 205 is not really worth it.
205, I watched 15 minutes and 17 seconds of 205. I paused my video so I could see
how long
the timestamp.
He talked on Raw too.
And I know. And I was like,
I just fast forwarded through it.
15 minutes out of a 55-minute show. I turned it off and went to bed.
And I used to try to watch the whole show through without fast forward, and now I'm just going through to the matches.
Yep, straight to the matches. Yep.
This is really that's what it's about anymore.
Do you do that? Do you do that for Monday Night Raw and SmackDown as well too?
Yep. Yeah, mostly, unless it's like And it's even getting hard to watch SmackDown in the beginning because every time.
Oh yeah, I do.
Whatever.
I am sick of that. Every week it's a monologue by Shane McMahon for at least 7 minutes, at least.
We will in a second. Let's get there, Hollywood. Jeez, he's in a rush tonight, isn't he? Holy smokes!
First, we want to talk about the Survivor Series teams, right?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. So we know who everybody now. Everybody on the traditional men's Survivor Series teams. Traditional Survivor Series team, okay? So we got for SmackDown, Team SmackDown, all right? Which I definitely like watching SmackDown more than Raw.
Yeah,
that's definitely just my thing. I don't know why. It seems more entertaining.
Yeah.
It seems a little more loosey-goosey. There's not all this. And I don't have to see Stephanie McMahon. So I'm okay with that. I hate that
That's
shit.
why I love Raw.
So Team SmackDown. So we got McMahon, Randy Orton, Shinsuke Nakamura, Bobby Roode, and announced this week John Cena.
Woo!
Which, I mean, obviously they're John Cena.
Woo! You can't see him.
You can't see me. And I think that they were starting to worry a little bit, and they decided that John Cena might bring a little more viewership. Yeah. So, but on that, overall, I think it's not a bad team for SmackDown.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I think that it's going to bring Shinsuke and Bobby Roode into a different realm on the main roster.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Puts them in with
because right now they're still kind of
crowd, you know.
Well, not Shinsuke, but Bobby Roode's really the new guy. But
yeah,
Shinsuke
definitely.
really it doesn't really feel like Shinsuke's
gotten over as much.
I mean, he's over with the crowd, but I don't think I don't know. It just doesn't seem like he's got a footing yet.
Right. He needs a little bit of a push or something. And now for the Raw team, we have our general manager, Kurt Angle.
Well, he's a team captain too.
Yep. Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, the returning Samoa Joe, and
barf bag.
And the baby boy, Jason Jordan.
Right.
Yeah. And
what happened there?
I think this team is by far better than the SmackDown team. Just for the simple fact that Samoa Joe is there. Did you see Samoa Joe and Finn Balor?
Yeah, I did. That was a great match.
Samoa Joe is an amazing, amazing talent.
Well, but so is Finn Balor, and you don't give him the credit.
No, I love Balor. I just don't like the whole man demon. You know, if you're going to be a man, be a man. If you're going to be a demon, be a demon. But don't be a man demon.
I don't know. I think that if he did the gimmick the entire time, that it would
get old and bland.
Exactly.
Right. But I mean, you know, don't act like you're some kind of demon though. Just make it a special entrance like Triple H's WrestleMania stuff, you know?
Yeah, right. Well, I like it. I'm not sure.
What team are you picking?
Raw.
Yeah.
Just for the fact that they have Strowman. That guy could beat everybody.
Man, that guy's an amazing.
I really like him,
dude. Right?
I really like him. I don't traditionally like
the big
guys. Yeah. You know, I traditionally like flyers. You know, that's me.
That's because you're a big guy.
I guess I don't know.
I'm a little guy. And I usually can't stand those little guys.
I might have a little extra out here, but
well, I guess to me,
you know,
when you're 4'11", everybody's big.
Gotta get some books for you to sit on. Oh Lord. So yeah, cool. Now, Ahsoka was in another squash match.
Yeah, they're really, really pinpointing this undefeated streak.
That's what I mean. Is
she like the female equivalent of Goldberg?
Do you really think? In my opinion, I don't think it's going to be the streak that puts her over. It's the wrestling skills that she has that's going to put her over.
I don't know. I'm still
I like watching
not
her wrestle.
A fan.
Really?
You know, no. She's just. I don't know. She's got some really sweet moves. You know what I mean? But she's just strange to me.
But that's her style. She's different. Yeah. She's like Shinsuke. Shinsuke's different.
I know, and
you're a traditionalist.
I'm not a strong style
You're
guy.
a traditional. You like traditional wrestling.
Yeah, I like I like the 5 moves of doom.
All right,
no, I don't. I'm lying.
So we talked about it already. Kind of Samoa Joe
Finn
and
Balor.
Finn Balor, man, amazing match.
Well,
and that
actually,
goes back to the next.
Yeah, Joe comes out and he annihilates Apollo Crews and what's his name?
Yeah, that guy.
Titus O'Neil.
Yeah, that guy.
Titus Worldwide, the brand, and then steps in the ring, gives what I feel was a great promo, and tells anybody, "Come on out. Whoever wants a shot at Joe, come on out to the ring." And here comes Finn Balor.
So now we have a repeat of NXT.
And which I don't mind.
I don't mind it either because I think that's what they both need right now.
I don't mind it because a lot of people didn't see it.
No, and I agree, but I mean, I think that's what they need.
Plus, they're two great workers.
Well, I just think that's what they need to really
showcase so they can showcase each other.
Because that's what propelled Baylor to come to the main roster. Was his feud with Samoa Joe.
That's right.
And I definitely think that. But
they work so well together. They have a great chemistry. And
I think with the security coming out and that whole thing at the end and separating them, and then they make them part of the team, and then Balor come, I think it was really good, and I think it's going to play out.
I believe it's going to be and that's what the Survivor Series was meant for originally. 5 teams. 5 guys. Well, actually 4 teams of 5 guys, and then 1 team of 4 tag teams, so that they could build feuds and they could lead down. That it was paths. And so many. When they do that, if they went back to the original Survivor Series,
which we talked about,
they would make the writers' jobs so much easier, because you don't have to. You can put this guy in a feud with this guy for 2 months and forget about the other 2 guys that accidentally, hit each other, or someone didn't
2 months,
tag. Yeah. Oh yeah. You don't remember the Randy Orton storyline where he just remembered someone did something. I forget who it was, but it was with Legacy. Mick Foley, I believe it was, and
Evolve?
No.
Or Evolution?
No, Legacy.
No.
Ted DiBiase. Oh yeah, come on. Man.
I didn't watch back then. Around that time is when I kind of just like, I'm done.
You're an Evolution guy?
No, I wasn't. I'm done. I just know who Evolution was because the Batista guy over there was in there. Ugh. And it's not that I like Batista. I just know that he was in there with Triple H and Ric Flair.
And Randy Orton.
Who
you love.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't, man. I don't like Randy Orton. So, anyways, they made Sasha Banks part of the women's team, which I have no clue why.
In the funniest way.
I have no clue.
I don't like Sasha.
I don't. I really.
Fox is,
I liked Sasha when she first. It's stale. There's nothing there. It's
over
like
and over.
What is this? What is that?
It's a dance move.
Oh, get out of here! This is ridiculous.
Come on.
See, this is where the rage comes in. Wrestling rage. Stop it!
He's raging out over Sasha Banks' dance moves. But Alicia Fox, this whole crazy like a fox thing that they got working for her, she
does play a good job being loco. I mean,
she just overplays it.
Yeah,
it just seems.
Well, I mean,
but
come on, how many crazy girls have we ran into like that around here?
All right,
thank you. See what I'm saying?
You're doing a great job, Alicia Fox.
Because there's a lot of them around these parts. So this is a true story. Strowman comes out, demolishes the Miz and his buddies.
And then King comes out,
demolishes
Braun.
Well, he doesn't really demolish him.
I'm sorry, I said that the wrong way.
Right.
King gets demolished by Braun.
Gives him Strowman gives him a pile driver. Kane gets up in the I'm a dead, whatever on the line.
I'm Undertaker's little brother.
Strowman takes him out of the ring, and then at some point, I think they just made a mutual decision
to not fight anymore.
All right, we're done.
That's what it seemed like.
Yeah,
Kane was like, "Look, dude, I'm real old, and I'm done."
Yeah, I just I don't know.
You're not big on the Kane-Strowman feud, huh?
No, I'm not. Kane should be done.
Well, he's gonna. I believe he's gonna be.
Why come back and do this?
Well, he's,
Why put Strowman over? He's already over.
No. Every superstar does it before they retire.
He doesn't need to.
He doesn't need to,
but why?
He wants to. That's why.
Yeah, okay.
It's his. It's his last hurrah kind of thing.
Stalemate my butt. Stalemate. What are you talking about? This guy's talking as a stalemate.
Well,
jeez.
That might be. That's where the whole, hey, look, I'm done if you're done kind of thing came
I don't know. If Strowman knocks him out of the ring and Kane goes, that tells me that Kane don't want none.
Yeah, Kane. That's kind of how
From psychology standpoint.
Yeah,
that's my view. That's my view, not yours.
Well, I'm kind of looking forward to it. Kane is one of my all-time favorite wrestlers.
Really?
Yeah.
I never really got into the gimmick.
The feuds between him and the Undertaker is my guy. That he's the end-all, be-all for a superstar.
Yeah.
And so the Undertaker just comes along with that package. Kane just comes along with that package. Right. Because they're almost one and the same, just a little difference.
Right.
Small. But Kane is amazing. One of the greatest.
I'm not saying he's not a bad wrestler. I just think it's time. Why even come back? Why even do all this?
It is.
Why even do this monster versus man versus the monster? It's not adding anything. It's not doing anything. Not for me.
Yeah, it might not be, but it's Kane's
pointless
thing.
to me.
It's Kane.
I get what you're saying.
Here you go, Kane. Here's your last.
To me, it's pointless. Right, that's just my view. All right, you take it the way you want it.
But the Goldberg run wasn't.
For a minute, when he come out, had one match. When he had one match, but when he won the title, that's when it started getting ridiculous.
It was too much.
So,
I'm like,
and I get it. It was man. He wanted to do it for his kid. He come out, he did it. Boom, boom, boom. He had a match. He won. End of the story.
Yeah,
go home.
That should have been it.
Right, and that's where I was at with that. But when he won the title, yeah.
Get out of here.
Oh man, I was gonna sneeze.
God bless you.
Thank you. All right, so I think one of the smartest things that WWE.
I knew you were gonna like that.
Pete Dunne comes out and beats on Enzo a little.
I'm not a fan of that guy.
Why not?
Either. Pete Dunne?
I thought he was pretty good. I
don't know. I don't know.
I really thought it was a pretty decent. It was a good match. Not a good match in like wrestling wise, but to watch Enzo.
No, you're like you're such a mark.
It's not that I'm a mark.
Yes, you are.
I like Enzo. I like Enzo. He's just getting annoying with all the talk. So someone needs
Enzo is.
I know.
Well, that's who they.
Someone needs to put him in his place. And
actually, that's who they've made Enzo. Because Enzo is actually great, but they're not allowing it.
If 75% of the audience is entertained by watching Enzo get beat up, did WWE not do their job?
Oh, they did
exactly
everything they were supposed to.
Boom.
Yeah, they kneeled for the marks.
Oh, get out of here. Even Hollywood agrees with me. Pete Dunne is awesome. Thank you, Hollywood. Finally, we agree.
I don't know.
Jeez, old Pete.
He's a good wrestler. I don't know.
I think it was a great idea for them to bring in. This is a good way when they're in Manchester to bring in their UK champ against their cruiserweight champ who can't shut up.
Good for business.
And take them out. Good night, sweet prince. And have a good day. All right. I liked it. I was genuinely
But
entertained.
I don't know. I guess it's just he's got no charisma, you know.
Right. Well, and
He was dry, real dull, you know.
I don't know.
He was English.
I will always agree with anybody that says Enzo is a great heel. His mouth makes him a great heel.
Yeah.
Hands down, he's a great heel. Don't get me wrong.
His everything,
his wrestling style plays into him being a heel because he's he cheats, you know, and he's Eddie Guerrero. You know what I mean? Eddie Guerrero, lie, cheat, and steal. You know what I'm saying? Or the dirtiest player in the game, Ric Flair. Woo. I mean, all those things. That style that he wrestles with makes him a great heel as well. And I think that
I would agree with that.
You know,
I would agree with that.
The running of the mouth every show for 29 million minutes is getting old.
Oh yeah, Bate. That guy, he's really over there.
Yeah.
You know, that was part of the 205. That was one part of the 205 I did watch was Enzo like brought out all the guys, well not all of them, like 6 or 8 guys from the UK championship thing, you know.
Mm-hmm. And which they were in the UK for both.
Right, yep. And you know, he's talking to him, hey, do you want to be on the Zoe train or something like that, you know? And a couple of them said yes, and a couple of them said no. And
Hollywood, yeah. Did you say Pete Dunne has no charisma? What are you smoking? He's talking to you.
Yeah, I know. He's like
he doesn't
William
need
Regal.
charisma. He's like William Regal in
come on.
his toughness and his charisma.
No.
That was great.
In WWE, with that kind of charisma, you know what that gets you? Fit Finley. That's what it gets you.
Oh,
Go train somebody. We don't want you here.
All right, moving on. Main event. This is what Hollywood wanted to talk about. Main event, The Bar beats The Shield, which I really don't care about.
I like the way that it ended. I was very, very entertained by it.
Well, that was cool. Now, so the Brilliance is in The Bar, okay? They're in Manchester United Stadium, where the Manchester United
football team, soccer for all you Americans.
And they come out, you know, and they got their regular attire. Yeah, they whip it off, and they're in the Liverpool gear. And boy, talk about getting booed out of the stadium.
Yeah, that's like,
oh my God, they call that cheap heat, but it was that was awesome.
That's like wearing a Packers jersey into
you and see, look at you in Hollywood here. You guys are gonna buck heads. I like it.
I loved Cesaro as a singles competitor.
I like Cesaro.
I like Antonio Cesaro.
I like Sheamus too.
Him and Sheamus, I believe, put on 5 of the greatest matches I've ever watched in their best of 5 series. And no doubt think that they're both amazing.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you're sick of seeing Baron Corbin versus Randy Orton. I'm sick of seeing these two tag teams.
Right.
You know?
Really?
Sick of it. But I'm not really
I don't know.
I'm not a fan of Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins together as a tag team. When it comes to the Shield, it should be original. Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns should be that tag team. And Dean Ambrose, I believe, should be the singles guy. It's the way that it should be.
Yeah, and you have your right to your opinion.
But all 3, don't get me wrong, all 3 of them
Enzo rules.
Yes, he does.
Oh, Lord.
But don't get me wrong, all 3 of them have everything that it takes to be the singles guy. It just, to me, Rollins and Reigns work better together as a team than Rollins and Ambrose. And they look better together.
I could agree with that. I do like Seth Rollins as a singles competitor.
Oh yeah, Rollins, he's amazing.
But
all 3 of them are
I don't
Roman
think that the
Reigns is coming into
WWE
his own.
anticipated Roman Reigns getting sick, and that's what
No,
caused
yeah,
all, you know,
yeah, definitely.
you know, and they had to think of
Well,
things on the fly.
No, the way that they did it, they meant for Rollins and Ambrose to be the tag team, because that happened before Reigns
It did, but
was sick, you know. But maybe they wanted the, maybe they were going to implement the Freebird rule again. Who knows? You know,
I don't know.
You know what the Freebird rule is, right?
Not off the top of my head.
You know, the fabulous Freebirds.
I know who they are.
You know?
Come on now.
And now in the middle of a match, Michael P.S. Hayes tweaks his ankle. He ducks out and someone else ducks in. You know, that third guy out there on the floor ducks in. You know, Barry Gordy would be in his place instead of P.S. Hayes. You know, maybe they were thinking about doing that.
Right.
Because I know they've touched on that in NXT.
Well, while they're doing the whole thing, Roman Reigns is announced as returning.
Yep.
Next week.
Yeah.
On Monday. Well, this Monday coming up, the next Monday here. And then so that was during Shield's entrance. And then so it was a great match overall. It was and then all of a sudden, New Day's music kicks on, and up in the stands, there's New Day. They talk a little schmack,
and out comes the entire locker room.
Raw comes out. Raw, blah blah blah. They leave.
No, they weren't.
Sheamus comes in the ring, pins Rollins.
They weren't even gone yet.
Right, 1, 2, 3, boom.
I want to say they were watching.
Right, and then next thing you know, we got new champs.
New tag team champions.
And the new Raw Tag Team Champions of the World, The Bar. All right, so. Oh, yeah, you got to do that, right?
No, other way. Use the other hand. Yeah, there you go.
See, I'm not a mark. Thank you.
Not for them to.
Shut up. Anyways, so SmackDown opens up with Shane McMahon again running his trap. And
brings out the New Day.
The New Day
says, "Hey, thanks for going to Raw, guys."
Then here comes KO and Sami Zayn, and then end up Kofi Kingston versus Sami Zayn, and this is where the gaffe apparently happened.
Yeah, they were supposed to. What's being speculated is they were supposed to do some
3-time
do some things. You know, they're supposed to have after match.
They create some heat, whatever, put them over a little more, whatever.
Right.
And so if that was the truth, and it's not part of the storyline, and they really did mess up and whatever, and didn't do what they were supposed to, they did a good job of covering it up.
Yeah.
I mean, and so that's where it makes me believe that it's part of the storyline.
It's just a word.
Right. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, whatever.
I agree. I think that could be.
Right.
Because they've been doing a lot of that kind of stuff too.
So I don't know if you've been watching SmackDown a lot lately. There's a lot of promos coming from these Bludgeon Brothers, right? Yeah. I don't really know how to gauge that one.
It's just a new gimmick.
It is. I agree. I just don't know.
I love this tag team.
I don't know.
What? Eric
I really have to see a little more.
Luke Harper and Eric Rowan when they were with the Wyatt family.
Yeah, I know. I just think it's a repackage. It's just a repackage of the same thing. It's just a
new gimmick. Just a new gimmick, not even really a new gimmick. It's just instead of being a Wyatt family guy, we're going to give you some hammers, have you hit the ground a couple of times.
Because that looks cool.
Yeah, and because basically
that's hard to do.
Basically, if going by their promos, they look exactly the same as they did with the Wyatt family. They just have a hammer now.
PKSA Port Huron loves Enzo.
I see that.
That would be Kyosin Weir.
I did hear that too, Hollywood, that they ditched the Bludgeon Brothers, but they were saying they didn't know. I've also heard that that's just a rumor that they dropped this Bludgeon Brothers gimmick already.
Really?
That's what I heard. But I've also heard that was just a rumor, and they dropped it because they didn't want the Bludgeon Brothers, that team, to debut overseas.
Well,
so because they worked a match overseas, and
which Kurt Angle's been working matches too.
Right, yeah. Kurt Angle's been working overseas.
Triple H.
And Luke Harper and Eric Rowan had a match over there, but they came out as their path, as the Wyatt family kind of, that gimmick. So that's why reports are coming in that maybe they may have.
I'm not saying I don't like Harper.
He's amazing.
I'm just not sure about this tag team yet.
When they split up, when they did the brand split, and Harper went one way and the other two went the other way, I honestly felt Harper could have been a good IC champ or a US champ.
Right.
Hands down. He's that good, you know. And he's on, did you see that he's on a TV show?
Yeah, I did.
Damnation.
Yeah, I did see that. They ran that commercial during the
they
show.
did a little cut of it, and it looks like he did a very good job.
Yeah, well, he said that, Hollywood. Were you not listening? I'm just giving you crap. Don't hate the player.
It wasn't
hate
me.
The game. All right. So Ellsworth took on Becky Lynch. Got destroyed. He got on his knees. He's playing a good character. He's playing a good character. A lot like Kurt Angle does.
I don't know if I could play that.
I don't think I could
character.
No, I don't.
I honestly, I don't know how much. I don't know how much money James Ellsworth is making, but it's got to be. I mean,
he's definitely not your pedigree WWE wrestler, and he's on.
If
TV.
You want me to allow a 4'11" girl to put a dog chain around my neck and drag me around,
not happening. No, I ain't doing that. No way.
I mean, you better be cutting off some major loaves in my hand.
No way. No way.
I am not.
It's water. It's water.
Yeah, the chinless wonder. That's right. Man.
But so he loses, and then during the whole match, like the whole women's roster's around the ring.
Well, I believe it was the Survivor Series participants, right?
No,
Charlotte.
I have no idea. Yeah, probably. I don't know. I really wasn't paying all that attention. Yeah, they were out there.
Yeah.
And I was like, there was that, and then Carmella he comes into the ring, and she ends up super kicking Ellsworth.
Right in the spot.
Is she ever going to cash in that thing?
I think at WrestleMania next year.
I mean, come on.
I think at WrestleMania, honestly.
But anyways, so there was that. The Usos lose to Gable and Benjamin by count out.
Yeah, I've heard that one of them young men actually was hurt
when he got him in the knee, when Gable got him in the knee.
But that could be a work as well, There's no telling. But there's
Hollywood says Carmella is a hottie, and he would be chained already. I don't think she's that hot. That's just my personal opinion. I'm a avid fan of Charlotte Flair.
Really?
Woo! Anyways, so then
I, along with my friend Alex Weir, are a fan of Alexa Bliss.
I like her.
Yeah, that's.
But Charlotte's my girl, man. That's my girl.
Man, Charlotte's like 9'27".
That's okay with me. I'll stand on something just like you got to sit on butts.
Man, I can't. that's a tree I couldn't climb.
That's great. Chain me to any me, he says. I'd be chained to Charlotte.
Chain me to any of them.
That's
right,
Mrs.
to me.
That's Mrs. Weir. That's Mrs. Weir saying she'd be chained to Charlotte. Oh, great. Okay, moving on. So then the main event, and I said
amazing match.
It was a great match. I didn't think they would put the strap on AJ right now.
I mean,
I was wrong.
I'm just saying. I told you that last week.
I just didn't think they would.
Jinder is not a big enough name for this supervisor or for this pay-per-view. Sorry. The Survivor Series isn't. Jinder Mahal.
Hollywood's got something to say. No, keep talking.
No, I was trying to read. You said he's got something to say.
I know he wants to talk about this title change.
I told you last week that this was going to happen. AJ is way more of a draw than Jinder.
We have what? We have one more week of show.
Yep. Next week, and then the pay-per-view.
Now, there are talks that there is a show. The tour over there. Mm-hmm. There is going to be a show before Survivor Series in India.
Right.
And they might put the strap back on him
in India.
In India,
maybe they might. But
I don't know. I don't know. I was wrong before. I would rather watch Brock Lesnar beat the dog snot out of Jinder Mahal than watch AJ Styles go against Brock Lesnar. And I'm a pretty avid AJ Styles fan.
Honestly, they may. I was gonna say I can't see them putting Jinder Mahal and Brock Lesnar in a main event together.
So but Hollywood's just saying it's based on draw, kind of like what you're talking.
Yeah, but they put Miz and John Cena in a main event together, so I
don't know.
I just could have at WrestleMania nonetheless. And
if I didn't subscribe to WWE Network and pay the $10 a month to watch a pay-per-view, 2 pay-per-views now,
right?
And I was at home and I had cable and I was going to pay $50-$60 for a pay-per-view.
There ain't no way.
I'm not paying that money to watch AJ Styles versus Brock Lesnar.
Really?
I'm no way. Not happening.
You'd rather watch. You would pay $60 for Jinder Mahal and Brock
to watch Brock beat up Lesnar. Yeah. Yep. Probably. Most likely, I probably would.
Did your mother drop you on your head when you were a kid?
No, I actually was pushed out of a car.
Oh, that explains.
But anyways, Jinder is hurt. Well, if he was hurt, how did he have such a great match with AJ Styles?
Yeah, that was a great. He put on an amazing match.
You got to give Jinder some credit. He is. He's doing some good stuff.
He's really good. I would have to say he's probably the second best heel on the roster.
Right on.
And Kevin Owens obviously is the best heel that they have in the entire business. Right.
I'm nuts. Yeah. Welcome to the. Where have you been, dude? Are you okay? You don't know who I am. You don't know me very well then. Yes, I'm crazy. Nuts. Absolutely loco. Been pistol whipped once or twice and got back up for more. FYI. Anyways. Chunk. NXT.
Woo. NXT. I promised that we would talk about NXT last week.
I know. We're an hour in, so we gotta.
Hey, we're good.
Just get into it.
We're good.
Mouth.
All right, we gotta do a little bit of backstory so everybody knows what's going on. I don't know who watches and who don't, and I know we don't talk about it every week. So this is what's going on. Sanity, AOP. Sanity beat AOP for the tag titles a little while ago at the last takeover. Right?
Didn't one of those guys get released?
3. Who?
One of the guys from Sanity. Didn't they get released?
Maybe Killian Dane, but I believe he was injured and came back. But I'm not 100% sure about that. But anyway, Sanity beat AOP for the tag titles at the last takeover. It wasn't a completely 100% legal. They utilized the Freebird rule. Sanity utilized the Freebird rule.
Right.
EY finished the match instead of Killian Dane. Killian Dane actually come in, did a crossbody. EY picked up the win. Then we have Undisputed Era, who is Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly, and they've been trying for a few weeks to recruit Roderick Strong.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And who is amazing.
Yeah, he's really actually
good. All 3 of these guys plus Roderick Strong, hands down amazing. So fast forward to not this past show, the show before that, right? And we got a rematch for the tag titles, AOP versus Sanity, and it was a great match. They were putting on a hell of a match, and next thing you know, here comes the Undisputed Era into the ring. They get the match thrown out. They're attacking AOP. Roderick Strong comes out from the back, and he's got an armband. Undisputed Era armband. Puts it on. Acts like he's gonna. And they're all like, "Yeah." Adam Cole's holding one of the members of AOP's head, and Roderick Strong punches Adam Cole. That sets up Roderick Strong and AOP to clear the ring. You know, Sanity's basically gone. You know, Undisputed Era's running up the ramp. Here comes William Regal. Says, "Look, we're making this a 3-on-3-on-3 war games."
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
And I think these three teams are gonna put on a great show,
especially in War Games in the cage.
If you don't know anything about War Games, two guys start 5 minutes. Another guy comes in for one of those two teams. 10 minutes, another guy. A few more minutes, so another guy. And then next thing you know, you got everybody in the ring, actually everybody in 2 rings.
Right.
2 rings, 1 cell, 9 guys. And this is, War Games is another Dusty Rhodes idea, right? Oh, yeah. Dusty. Telling you, that guy.
Ric Flair talked about him a little bit in the 30 for 30.
He was a genius.
That's exactly what he said. He was a genius.
He knew how.
He said he was probably one of the best matches. Well, he said him and brain fart. Moving on.
Move on.
Yeah, I had a brain fart. It happens sometimes. Oh, you done with that now?
Yeah, that's it.
Moving on. We're good to the end here. All right, cool. So, want to talk about some indies before we get out of here. I want to make sure that we. Mr. Weir says, read the rules. It's way different this time. We'll have to do that.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, we'll have to do that.
I haven't. I didn't know. Thank you for the information.
Great. They're definitely made you. We'll have to check it out. But so, excuse me, House of Hardcore. I don't know. You know who that is, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what's his name? ECW. Tommy Dreamer. There we go. Tommy Dreamer. Sorry, brain fart again. Lot going on. So Tommy Dreamer's indie on November 18th. First time on Twitch. I'm not sure if you got to pay for this one or not. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
I don't know how that's going to work.
I did hear about this, and I saw some of the matches. They look like he looks like he's got a pretty good card going.
Yeah, he's pretty well known in the business, and
amazing. Yeah.
He was, one of Paul Heyman's guys.
I thought that's what you were thinking.
Paul Heyman, hate him or love him, he's probably one of the best dudes in the business.
I love Paul.
I love him too. Did you ever watch his My Name is Paul Heyman special?
No.
Oh, dude, gotta check it out.
Really? Yeah, is it on the network?
I don't know.
It's probably if it's
I know where to find it. And anyways, so check that out. I'm gonna do some more research to find out if we got to pay for it or not. But it'll definitely be cool. Yeah, House of Hardcore is awesome. I watched a couple of previous shows. They haven't had a show in a while. Not one that I bought, anyways.
ROH has a pay-per-view coming up as well. December 15th, called Final Battle.
Oh, for ROH?
Yeah.
Well, and they released. It's going to be in New York.
Yep, New York.
Dalton Castle has challenged Cody for the ROH title for that day.
I think that's going to be a pretty good match.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know any more matches. I haven't really looked at the card. They have a lot of stuff coming up before that.
Oh yeah, there's a month and a half before that.
But on the same day as the House for Hardcore show on the 18th, there's a show on. I'm not sure what day the 18th is, but their House of Hardcore's got 2 shows, one right after the other. So I think the 17th and the 18th, or the 18th and the 19th. One's on Twitch and one's not. So that's what makes me think one's going to be paid and one's not. I just don't know yet. But on the same day of the 18th, Wrestle Circus is doing a show in Austin, Texas. And we've already talked about the card on the last show. But ACH has been added. ACH wrestles and Evolve a lot. You should check him out because he's really cool. He's really entertaining. I met him and he was cool. So I definitely think that you should check that one out if you like wrestling, and Wrestle Circus is the spot. I'm telling you, it's awesome. Then lastly, there's 2 events on December 3rd. All right, December 3rd, and one of those shows is in Hollywood's
neck of the woods.
There, out in Grand Rapids. Rapid Pro Wrestling. I don't know these guys. I've never been to a show, but Hollywood says it's cool, so I believe them. And our buddy that was on last week's on the cart, Alex Weir, going against Jack Price again.
That's right.
And to my understanding, the rest of his buddies from Death Threat Army are there.
Oh, that'll be cool.
Death Threat Army is going to be in full force at the Rapid Pro Wrestling. My Kyosanims are heading out that way too to watch Alex and the show. And then on the same day, the show I'll be at, and I apologize to Mr. Alex there, but I mean, I already got tickets and I'm going, and that's the way it is. But there's that show in Belleville,
right?
The Border City Wrestling Show, which is Scott D'Amore's deal, Johnny Impact, Eli Drake, and Alberto El Patron, the VIP, the whole thing. And that's down in Belleville, and that's where I'll be that day. I'm pretty excited about that. Even though you don't like him, I kind of like Alberto. So
yeah,
you know, I just want him. It's another one to put on the wall.
I mean,
he comes from a very, very predominantly popular wrestling family, especially down in Mexico. You know, so I definitely want to check that out.
The only thing I like about that guy is he paid for the country of Mexico to have a wrestling team in the Olympics.
Well,
the only reason I give him any kind of respect.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know, I mean, that to me, that loyalty to one's country means a lot to me. You know what I mean?
It's definitely going to be a good one. So there's them shows.
When is this show?
Which one?
The third?
The Grand Rapids show? Yeah. It's out in Grand Rapids, so that's on the other side of the state, man.
Yeah, well, you know.
So there's that. So this time on our show, we got a little bit of a delay with the chat, but is there any questions you guys want to ask? Anything you guys want to talk about before we get out of here? You know, we talked about we're gonna get that subscription. I'm looking forward to that. I got a subscription service, but it wasn't for wrestling. It was like a nerd box thing.
Right.
And you had collectibles for nerd. I didn't, and it wasn't Loot Crate. It was something else.
I believe my cousin got one of the wrestling crates. I'm not sure what company, because there's like 4 different companies or something.
Well, the one I got was called Nerd Box.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know if they have a wrestling version of it, but
right.
I know Loot Crate does.
Yeah, Loot Crate does.
Pro Wrestling Tees does one.
I believe I got the Pro Wrestling Tees.
Okay, well that's cool. I mean, whatever. We'll check it out. Anyways,
I can probably tell you what one I got right now.
Doesn't look like any of these people got questions for us.
Questions?
Nothing. So we were talking about, you know, and I showed these posters that we got from Wrestle Circus. They have a few autographs on them, and we talked about at the beginning of the show about that. And there's 3 of them, by the way. Again, ooh, yeah. Okay, so I just I'm not selling my tickets and coming. You're crazy. Not happening, dude. Anyways, we're bringing Chunk. No. Chunk can stay home for all care.
Actually, no, I'm doing research right now to get tickets
to go to Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
Okay, have fun with that. Anyways,
no. He'd rather go see Alberto El Patron,
Eli Drake, Johnny Impact,
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I'm spending my money on the weaponized Alex.
You do
Weir.
what you got to do. I've seen him a couple times. I was there for his first match.
Woo!
How you like that, buddy?
I like that. That's all right.
Anyways, so we're gonna do not the next show, but the show after. We're gonna do an unboxing for the Wrestle Crate or whatever the one he gets. And then we're also going to start doing a segment called Collector's Corner. If or when we ever, what's that, buddy?
That's the one I got, ProWrestlingCrate.com.
Oh, okay, cool. And we will, anytime we may get something for the collection, my collection or his collection, we'll show it off. And if anybody has anything they want to show off, send us a picture. We'll talk about it. I definitely, I got a bunch of stuff and I love
I love to see what other people got, you know. It's gives me ideas of what I want to look for.
He likes John Morris. He likes John's Morrison abs.
Who does?
He's talking about me.
Oh,
because that's Johnny Impact.
Yeah, he does.
They're beautiful.
I know. He used to tell me all the time how much he loved John Morrison's entrance in the WWE. He said when he goes into slow-mo, it's like Baywatch for me.
Like the glistening off the ribs. Because they glisten.
That's right.
You can come find me. I'm Secretary Black Belt. I ain't scared. Anyways, all right, guys. So
you ain't gonna find him in Port Huron, though.
Nope.
That's where you'll find me.
Yeah, you'll find him up there in the ghetto. Hey.
Man.
Anyways, pretty good show. Thank everybody for watching tonight. I gotta get this mouse over.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun tonight too. Thanks for the interaction on the live chat. You know, that was cool. We appreciate it.
I know, all in love, all in love.
Yeah.
Peace and love, peace and love. I get it. But yeah, so we're looking forward to everything coming up. I'm gonna start making little tidbit videos of how to find some stuff where you can watch wrestling for free. Certain things like, you know, Smash Wrestling or ROH or whatever it may be, because a lot of people don't know where to find ROH to watch. I couldn't tell you how many times people ask me where I'm watching ROH. So.
I found weekly episodes on cable TV. I can't remember what channel, but
WADL.
Like 3 in the morning.
Yeah, it's probably WADL.
I was like, oh, that's why I don't ever watch Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Because it's on at 3 in the morning.
Right. Well, there's an app that you can get. And
with a lot of different wrestling.
But you can click and watch. You know, you don't in weekly episodes. You know, you don't have to. I know where to find Cody. Ha ha ha. I own firearms. Anyways, I'm just joking. Anyways, we're getting out of here. We're way in now. I don't. What do you want? We're like an hour and a half.
Hour and a half. I think this is the longest.
Probably. It's because you talk so much.
Well, you know,
I'm not the one that talks. Everybody says I talk too much. This guy's.
Normally you do talk too much, but you know, I kind of bumped you out of the way this week.
You can throw me. That's cool. Whatever. All right, guys. We're going to get out of here. We appreciate the viewership. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube page, please do. And, you know, go over to the Facebook page. Give that a like as well. Make sure you check out the links at the bottom in the description. If you want, you could go to the High Spots website if you want to order wrestling gear. You can order pay-per-views. You can order, you know, collectibles on that site.
Yeah, so you can show them off during
collectible. That's right. Yeah, thinking. All right. So definitely give that stuff a check. Check it out and what have you. And make sure you guys get on Facebook and check out other shows for wrestling, because get over there and check out Hollywood stuff. He's got a good page going too, and he writes some good articles about wrestling and sports all together. So check it out, guys. You guys have a good night. They call me Cody.
They call me Chunk.
Sometimes. All right, guys. Check you later. Too sweet.